I grew up in Tanzania, a beautiful and peaceful country, with kind people and happy people too. But as I was growing up, I was exposed to the circumstances of different individuals, including those of persons with albinism. I then began questioning whether the people of my country were truly kind and whether my country was truly beautiful or peaceful. Because how can we be kind when we continue to treat each other with such disrespect and without integrity? How will we ever be able to grow as a country if we continue to deprive each other from opportunities, prosperity, and happy lives? And how can you take away a life with the intention of making yours better? I took the initiative to learn about albinism about 3 years ago when I came across an article in the newspaper about a baby boy who was killed for his body parts, leaving his mother devastated. I wanted to understand why anyone would commit such a crime and what albinism truly is. Albinism is a skin condition whereby individuals lack melanin or pigmentation, causing their skin to be pale, their eyes blue or gray, and their hair bleach blonde. This condition makes the skin very prone to severe skin burns, hence skin cancer, and can also cause vision problems. There has been a stigma surrounding persons with albinism in Tanzania for hundreds of years. This stigma is characterized by the belief that persons with albinism have magical properties, that their body parts can grant wealth, success, fame, that they do not die, they're ghosts, they simply disappear, and that they will only bring chaos to a home. These false ideas were first propagated by witch doctors who would request for albino body parts in order to brew a potion that was believed to grant an individual with whatever they desired. Persons with albinism are hunted and often killed. Their body parts are sold for up to $75,000 and taken to witch doctors. This price stunned me at first, but as I began to delve deeper into the issue, I realized that the people committing these crimes aren't just anyone. They're people with authority, people with large sums of money, and people who are educated. This is proof that even the most successful believe in the stigma. Undeniably, Tanzania is the pole of albinism persecution, but the problem exists all over East Africa. There have been albinism attacks in Kenya, in Burundi, and other regions, and persons with albinism are subject to great amounts of prejudice and stigmatization. In June and July 2015, I went on a beautiful journey of creating a documentary to raise awareness about the issue and to educate the Tanzanian community. During this process, I met a young girl named Joyce. When Joyce was only 14 years old, she was chased by 2 men on her way to school who wanted to kill her. This happened on 2 occasions, but Joyce was one of the lucky few to escape an albinism attack. As she was telling me the story, her father had to leave the room because of the memories this event brought to him, and her mother had tears in her eyes. Off camera, Joyce looked at me and said, "For a long time, I didn't understand why they hated me so much, why they wanted to take my life away, or why I couldn't be like the other boys and girls. But as I grew older, I began to understand that I'm different, I'm special, and that scares them." Joyce's family is one of the most caring, supportive, and loving families I know. Her younger brother also has albinism, but her parents have never been ashamed of them. They've secured educations for both and done everything to help them live life like I would and like you would. I also visited the Salvation Army School where about 100 children with albinism reside. There I met a young boy named Saidi. Saidi told me that he grew up knowing that people wanted to kill him, that people wanted his body parts for their own absurd and selfish reasons. It saddens me to know the children at the school were all so full of life. Their eyes glistened with hope and happiness, and they smiled with so much kindness. It saddens me to know that their childhood is filled with fear, that there are people out there who do not see them as human beings, but as objects who do not deserve the gift of life. Persons with albinism are constantly under threat, especially during their childhood, the most sacred time of an individual's life. They face oppression in the workplace, they get stares as they walk down the street. Can you imagine a life like that? A life when people do not see you for who you are, but as an object that can grant them with whatever they like. For a ghost, a bad omen, someone who is unworthy of life. I personally refuse to live knowing that my fellow Tanzanians live in these circumstances, and I refuse to sit back and watch all this happen without saying a word. I call out to all of you to help me support persons with albinism, believe in them, enable them to live healthy lives, to access education, to ensure that they live in happiness with their families and without fear. We need to educate the East African community, expose the truth and dispel the lies, show everyone that albinism is simply a condition with biological defects, none that are intellectual, and none that make them different from you and me. Because the only thing you do when you kill a person with albinism is take another innocent and valuable life away. Thank you.